Hey mate, these are much better. So let me go over this for you. So for me, I think your face on, you could get a little wider with your feet, just a fraction. Okay. Um, Upper body looks kind of quite good here. Maybe get a little bit of upper body tilt away from the target, just a little bit. Okay, it's going to help with rotation, which is what you need. All right. So the reason I asked, what do you work on and what the drill was and all this kind of stuff, mate, is because you make a decent move, to the top, in my opinion. Like it's a short swing. There's not a lot of range of motion, but I'm going to explain why in a second. But it's right about here. You start to kind of, I guess, tip back towards the target a little bit. Okay, both with the lower and the upper body. So this is where I know you've spoken about early extension before. This is where if we cramp ourselves up too much, you're going to have to stand up, and you can see there's not a lot of rotation in that movement there. Okay, so I mean when that happens, right, we early extend. All right. So again, early extension isn't fix early extension itself. It's fix all the elements prior to early extension that are causing it. All right. Now the one on the right, this is the main one here. So the reason I asked, what drills are you doing and all that, like I'm really confused as to why you'd be putting pressure on the lead leg and then turning. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. So let me show you what I see here. To me, the takeaway is very. There's not a lot of rotation to the body. It's very much a lead arm across the chest, and then obviously you can see the club gets a little inside. The hands are the hands have just whipped it inside. Now, what I'm also noticing is there's not a lot of body rotation. Okay, so there's not a lot of body rotation that's taken the club back. And there is almost zero lower body rotation. Okay, so if we continue to the top, all of this kind of creates your next movement. So under rotated upper body and lower body, arms get too far behind you. Okay, again, still not a lot of lower body rotation. So the right hip hasn't gone behind you. The trail knee is still flexed, and that's where you're not getting a lot of length to your golf swing. So you get the arms, are quite low and flat behind you, a little bit behind your trail heel, and to get length in your swing, you have to cup the wrist because that's what I call like a radial deviation movement, right? So the wrist, if you just kind of put your hand out and you go thumbs up and you radial deviate, like just basically hinging upwards, that extends the wrist. So for you to get more of a backswing, that's how you do it. You don't do it via the rotation of your body. You do it, or the higher hands or more upper body rotation. You do it by, hinging those wrists. And when we do that, we cup the left wrist, and then because you are under rotated, your movement down, because you're under rotated, your movement down. I mean, you do a very good job here. Actually, it's actually improved since I've last seen it. But you kind of keep that club behind you nicely there. But there's just no dynamics through impact, and that's why I think this one looks like it goes left based on your left elbow position through impact. Looks like it went a little left, trying to save it. This right leg kind of not working inward. So again, if I was to kind of draw a line here, can we get the knees to kind of move inside that line? Your knee crashes through it. So, mate, my big thing for you, mate, would be to add some rotation to the body. What that would then do, if we added rotation to the lower body and the upper body, you would get more turn, potentially get the club in a better position. Sequencing would be a lot better. You would work into that trail side so much easier. So that's where I would be coming from. There are obviously some other things in here, mate, but to simplify things, in my opinion, based on what I can see here, we would need to work on this heavily. Okay, and understanding how that moves and operates when it comes to our rotation. Now,